Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here. And in today's video, I want to share with you the morning routine, the morning ritual that changed my life. All right. So, a little context, this is no longer the morning ritual that I do today. But what this morning ritual did was changed my emotional home. And it upgraded my emotional home and my energy. And it stabilized who I knew myself to be, because before this morning routine, I was someone who was living a sloppy life, who wasn't proud of himself, and whose emotional home was one of guilt, shame, resistance, judgment, negativity, ultimately. And so, my hope here is to give you this routine, and that by following it in a similar way, you can then create a new emotional home for yourself. And just a little context, what's emotional home? Okay. Well, emotional home are the default emotions and energies that you experience by default without trying, right? And so you can take a moment to think about what that is for yourself. What are the most common emotions you feel on a daily basis? In fact, how do you feel when you wake up? How do you feel when you go to sleep, right before bed? And then what are the emotions you typically carry throughout your day? And it could be a mix of things, right? But for me at the time, it was resistance, judgment, shame, fear, concern, and a bunch of negative lower energies. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the routine. So I literally had this piece of paper on my wall, and if you can see the date, I put it here, 3/25/18, which is, oh my God, is that a year ago to the day? Wait, what day is it today? It's a year ago to the day. That not 3 years ago. Wait, 22, 21, whatever. It's the anniversary of this morning routine when I first created it. That's insane. And so here we go. The first thing I do is a 1 minute plank right away. Okay. It goes without saying I would wake up on the first alarm, but right away, without grabbing my phone, without engaging in thoughts, without second guessing anything, I'm getting out of my bed and I'm doing a plank. And what a plank is you get on the floor. Just look it up, a plank. It's real simple. It's a core exercise, ab core exercise. Um, and what this did was get me in a proactive state of energy. And proactive state of energy means you're moving towards things, you're making a conscious choice as opposed to reacting, right? So for example, when the alarm clock goes off and you snooze, that's reacting. When the alarm clock goes off and you get up, that's being proactive, right? And so another way to say it is reactivity is being unconscious, and proactivity is being conscious, okay? So the first thing I do was a minute plank. The second thing I do was drink 300 milliliters of water and log it on my app. So 300 milliliters is about, I don't know, 6 ounces of water, right? But the point is that I chugged a ton of water right after the plank and I logged it on my app. Because for me personally, being hydrated and logging my water intake is something that brings a lot of pride for me. It brings a lot of fulfillment for me. And so by knocking that down right from the get go in the morning, gets me started off on a very positive, powerful foot. The third thing I do was I'd make my bed, right? For me personally, there's something about making my bed that makes me just feel really good. And, this is a common practice that they do in the military. It's one of the common practices that I'm sure you've heard, make your bed. Um, and the difference for me was it created a sense of organization in my body, in myself, in my life. And again, it brought a sense of pride, right? I'm not a schlup. I've made my bed, right? The fourth thing I did was called something called rebounding. So all it is a little mini trampoline that I jump up and down on for 1 to 2 minutes. And I learned this one from Tony Robbins. Apparently, it does something. It's healthy for you. It moves around certain limb for things in the body, which is helpful, and it's easy to do. So I did that. And the next thing I did was I'd meditate slash be in my body for 5 minutes. This one's critical, guys. Many of us, whether we realize it or not, we live in our heads completely detached and numb to our body. And so, what being in the body does is it allows you to self connect. And by self connecting, you can be in the moment, you can be in tune with yourself. And then, secondly, by meditating, you can be the awareness behind the thoughts, not the thought themselves, right? That way, when certain things come up throughout the day, negative emotion, negative thoughts, you've already set yourself up at the beginning of the day not to engage with those things, but rather to see it, to observe it, and let it go, right? The next thing was I would brush my teeth. Again, similar to making my bed, this one allows me to feel a sense of pride and discipline, and that I'm not a schlep in my life, right? And what I mean by schlep is I'm not a sloppy piece of crap that just lets his breath and his stinky mouth run wild, right? And so, um, and then, so then the last thing, which I did do all the time, this was kind of, as you can notice, it's a different color. I added this on later on. It's called Child's Pose Connection, which is a yoga pose. And basically, you just kind of lay down, kneeling on the ground, face down on the ground, and just kind of rest. But honestly, all you really need is like the first 6, right? Maybe even less. But I did this for about a month straight, every day. And in just a month, and even less, I would feel good about myself. And I would wake up feeling proud of myself. I would go to sleep feeling proud. And it gave me a sense of purpose, right? It gave me a vehicle. It gave me an outlet for me to make a change in a simple way. And it was attainable. It was doable, right? Like, all this stuff is very doable. And so see how this can help you. See how a similar morning routine could support you and create a simple change in your life, right? We get so attached to, I need to go to the gym every day for 20 years and then I'll be happy. I need to make the money, then I'll be happy. I need to read all the books in the world, then I'll be happy. But consider that just by creating a morning routine that gets you started off on the right foot, can make a powerful difference for you, right? Because compare this routine to just waking up and being like, oh my God, why? Then you get the phone, you blast yourself with everyone's crap, and you're just like, and just you have this whole, what am I gonna do today? Are we even gonna do anything today? Right? That's kind of the vibe for many of us when we don't have a plan of action to do things differently. And so, again, to run it down, a 1-minute plank right when you get out of bed, drinking water and logging it, making your bed. You don't have to do rebounding. You could do jumping jacks, maybe some type of quick physical exercise. Meditate / be in your body for 5 minutes, and then brush your teeth. And this all takes less than 10 minutes, honestly. And so in just 10 minutes per day for a couple weeks to a month can make a drastic difference in our self-worth, in our self-esteem, and our overall energy, and our emotional home. All right, so feel free to steal from this routine whatever you like. Add what you'd want. Maybe you'd want to, draw for 10 minutes. Maybe you want to go outside and just breathe air, right? The fresh air for a little bit. Maybe you want to go for a brief walk. Maybe you want to text someone you love. Maybe you want to eat a piece of fruit. Whatever it is, create a simple routine that can take you 15 to 10 minutes or less. But by doing this routine first thing in the morning, you can create positive energy. You can start your day on the right foot and ultimately change your emotional home. That way, not just in the morning, but throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your month, throughout your year, you can feel good about yourself yet again and no longer feel like a crappy piece of poo-poo. All right, guys. So anyways, that's it. If you are someone who is looking to dial in your morning routine or change your emotional home or simply make a bunch of changes in your life in general, I encourage you to reach out to me via email or Instagram and see if we can work together one-on-one via coaching. Right? So I work with a ton of people who typically come to me for, they want to change their life in some form or fashion. And that's exactly what we do. We take a look at what's going on with you. We take a look at your inner beliefs, your limiting beliefs, and we empower you to make changes, not only with accountability, not only changing your beliefs, but all kinds of different angles in which we can really dive deep, see what's blocking you, free you up, and have you create the change you're looking for in your life. All right, that's it. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Hopefully this video finds you well, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.